Hi guys, good morning. So I'm sure that many of you are becoming very, very aware, and in this really beautiful, crystalline, clear way of truth and of a real healing and liberation and reset sense that's going on, and it's very much like a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because whilst it hurts like hell and there are things happening, altercations and events, it could even be a sentence you read in a book or something you overhear people saying in a conversation, but we're being triggered in a big way now. But the process of being triggered and then working through another layer, of your shadow, of your trauma, the process of that really deep inner work is now coming to an end. The dark night of the soul is coming to an end for some of us, I feel. There's a real perceptible shift in our consciousness. We see now clearly the dark generator. It's been hiding all this time in plain sight. The dark generator being the psychic attack, the continual onslaught that pervades this realm, that lives in everybody's mind, in everybody's consciousness, that is continually broadcasting negativity. No, you're not. No, you can't. No, you won't. It's always negative, it's always undermining. It is the proverbial millstone around the neck of consciousness and of truth and of freedom and of creativity and love. It is the dark generator. Vroom, vroom, every day for our entire lives. And when you're born with that broadcasting, and it's doing the same thing in everybody else's consciousness. For the longest time we didn't even know it was there. Like, it hides in plain sight. We didn't even realize it was there. We were under its spell. It is like a dark spell. It's interesting because I was watching a spin-off of Oz, The Wizard of Oz, which the Gateway Channel did this little video about Oz, and I thought that was really interesting, and so I decided to watch Tin Man. And it's interesting there because this wicked witch has cast a spell over this young girl, and she turns to the dark side. But it happens because of the dark generator effect, the continuous dark spell that it is really of negativity, of fear and negativity and self-doubt, the inversion. And it is what has created this world. Because this world, it's all about, people struggle. It's all about fear. We have to do this because we have to, and everything is torturous and everything is difficult. And because of the constant assault of the dark generator, this world has become the way we see it now, It's ugly, it's dirty, it's difficult, it's destructive, it's corrupt. It is literally just always decaying. Old age, disease, and everything in this world is the opposite of what it pretends to be. And it's all because of the dark generator, people. And the only way that the dark generator has all this power is because of the trauma. And so for those of us who do the work, healing that trauma is called the dark night of the soul by so many, and I believe that to be a good terminology for it, because it's far from love and light. It literally is the high priestess in the cave, the initiate in the cave. We have to go into it all the way. We have to feel that which we don't want to feel. We have to face that which we don't want to face. We have to learn to love, because we don't even know how to. It's the hardest thing ever. And the deeper you go, the denser it gets. I remember about 3 years ago, and I thought that I was really getting to grips with it, and I was actually only really beginning to go into it deeper. It's when it became very clear to me that it wasn't so much about a lack of self-esteem. It was far more about abject self-attack and self-hatred and self-sabotage. And I went into that. A friend of mine died, and I went to the funeral, and it was such a horrendous experience. It really triggered me in a big way, and it took me right into that. The self-hate, the self-attack, the self-sabotage. And it was incredibly gut-wrenching and visceral to work through that. And it's been 3 years now of working through that. The denser, the more, it just gets thicker and thicker and thicker as you go into it and into it and into it. Now here is how you recognize that you truly are doing the work. It's because you're doing it, because you are feeling it, seeing it, getting it. And the more you go into it, the more this world is revealed to you, the more you see the dark generator, the constant nefarious dark broadcast playing out in your own consciousness, that which is in your consciousness but not of it, right? The foreign agents constantly trying to annihilate you, sabotaging everything. Think about it, people, because we are soul travelers and we are so incredible. We truly are. But it has literally taken that away from us. Our ability to see ourselves as we truly are. Our true magnificence, our courage, our light, our beauty. Because it's always telling us, isn't it? And it gets other people, it's flying monkeys to do that as well, to tell us that, what light? You don't have any light. You're bad. You're bad and you're stupid. You're ineffectual. You can't do anything. You're just no good. Why are you here? You're a failure. You never get it right. It has all these minions that literally that act on its behalf, that attack us in the comment sections on the YouTube videos. Like, somebody left a comment, and immediately the forces of darkness swoop in and start. And it's these individuals that don't actually do the work. They don't do the work because narcissists, you see, they don't know how to introspect. See, a soul traveler is all about genuine intention. And I wrote this down because I thought it was important, and I wrote, those who have genuine intention to do the inner work, the sacred work, healing the trauma which the dark generator uses against us to keep us trapped, stealing our light, stealing our energy and using it to create the matrix ad nauseam, right? So those who have genuine intention to do the sacred work will be given all that they need to do that work. Because I've come across plenty of people who say, well, I don't know how to, and it's bullshit. They don't actually want to do the work. That is what that is. They're not real, they're Hylics. They're not. Anyone with a soul wants to do the work, because a soul is the living waters. It wants to, stagnancy is anathema to a soul. A soul wants to experience, and for that it needs to move. It cannot be stagnant, right? So when we set an intention with an open heart to say, I want to do the work, I don't know how, because I've been in this realm, I've been on the complete mind control. The dark generator has just kept me in this state of I'm so worthless and I'm so shit my whole life. But I know that I can heal this trauma. I know I'm in the dark night of the soul here, and I want to do the work. And this intention, this thirst, this knowing brings in everything you need from your true self, the Great Mother. It brings in everything you need. It shows you the way. It's your inner compass. All of a sudden you begin to understand. And as you go through the layers, you're still pretty fucked up. You're still pretty wonky. You still probably don't know. You're not always getting it right. I know that. The same here. We get it wrong all the time. We don't always know how to feel. We don't always even know. I had a good friend who taught me a lot about feeling, which I simply at the time didn't quite understand. Because what we're dealing with here are feelings that are so painful that I think deep down there is a dreadful fear that they will consume us. That the fear of feeling these feelings is so great that we shy away from it. But this friend really helped me to work up the courage to sit with these feelings, to really go into that abject self-attack and self-hate that I felt at the time. And it's when we sit with these emotions and have these thoughts, it gets very surreal. It does get really surreal, like almost like being trapped in a Salvador Dali painting, because that is what trauma is. We are, in a sense, insane with the pain in there. So it is that way. It's all very difficult work, but it's the most rewarding work, because it is the work that leads to true liberation. And everything we need for that work is there within us already, but it has been obscured because of the continual attack from the dark generator, undermining us, blinding us to our true self, blinding us to everything that we actually are. We are magnificent and incredible and powerful. We are light. But we live in a place that it hates us for all of that. It hates us for having the light. It hates us for being incredible and powerful. It needs us to believe that we are the opposite of all of that, so that it can continually feed off us. And that is what those narcissists represent. These people that hate us for having light. These politicians, these reptilian characters, metallic reptilian characters that seek to feed and feed and feed and feed, for they are empty. They are empty. That's what the whole COVID thing is about, people. It's just fear. It's all about dimming our light. You're diseased, you're dirty, wash your hands, sanitize yourself, keep your mouth shut, wear your mask. It's just an external thing. It showing us exactly what is already actually going on in here, because that is those creatures and their flying monkey minions are the dark generator. You see, it's that parasite that lives in consciousness that is in essence already dead. I saw it years ago, I saw it, and it was a little grey thing with black eyes, interestingly enough. And it was doing and every time it opened its mouth, this black shit, this black fungus came out, and it just, its hatred towards us was so ferocious, for we are everything that it is not. And yet, now the time has arrived for it to be nullified, neutralized. It's beginning to fade. It's like there's a wind blowing, and it's literally beginning to fall apart. You know, like when you pick one of these what they're called, these flowers, they're yellow and then they become little puff balls and you go, well, it's a bit like that, you see. True soul travelers dispense with self-deception, right? They become aware that there is a shitload of self-deception which is inspired by the dark generator. Oh no, don't go there, that isn't true. Go there, that's how you should be thinking, that's what's going on, that's really, you see. And you begin to have the ability to discern what is going on and to step back and aha. You begin to discern the truth and you go with that within yourself. You're triggered by events or by physical problems or by financial problems or by putrid friendships with people that are basically flying monkeys and dark generator infected narcissists. And it's all bringing up your crap, and you begin to see more and more and more. You just go deeper and deeper and deeper. I can do my very best to put this process into words, but you know, you already know because you have done it in your own way. You've been walking the path, and you know, we can have a conversation with people that triggers us as well. We might read a sentence in a book that triggers us. It might be a smell. It could just be with just a smell that brings back a memory of a childhood traumatic event, and oh boy, boom, it's incredible. But we dispense with self-deception in favor of facing truth, no matter how painful. That is why it's called the dark night of the soul. Now the narcissists, and they can be people that tell you they're going within and they're doing the work and whatnot. They've got this entire, they concoct this entire personality construct, you know. This is who I am and this is what I do. I find a lot of these new age gurus are narcissists, and they have this beautiful, glib, shiny, very, very clean, squeaky clean image. This whole fake personality construct. But you see, ultimately, they are a bit like, you know, anyone who's ever watched Doctor Who, you know, the ones from the 70s, well, the sets used to move. They're like that. You go, poof, and boom, you know, because why they're so malevolent and they're so filled with bile and poison, and which is why they attack those who are truly doing the work and who are finding themselves at, let's say, their lowest ebb. Soul travelers go through a lot of shit in life. They take it on the chin in a massive way. Massive. Yet they have the courage to heal that. And the reason why they go through it is so that they may understand. It's an impetus. So that they may understand what this is. By healing our consciousness, by literally liberating it, taking it back from the claw of the dark generator, soul retrieval, bit by bit by bit, layer after layer after layer, facing it again and again and again, darker and darker and darker as it gets. By doing that liberation work, we will eventually be able to replace all of that negative, no, you're not, you're bad, you're sinful, you're worthless, you're disgusting, you're this, with I am all and I am whole and I completely love and adore myself. And you know, that is what is happening here, that shift really into love, even though, yeah, we're not perfect, we don't have to be. See, the Dark Generator will say, well, you have to be perfect. It's like the Borg. We have to be absolutely perfect, unblemished. But you see, love receives ourselves. We receive ourselves, warts and all. And that is that's very difficult when you look at yourself, for example, as you grow older, and when you're not sleeping, and when you're very depressed, and when your health is failing, and you look in a mirror and you do get a shock, and the Dark Generator immediately swoops in and goes, well, look, see how worthless you are. And so you feel that, and it's visceral, and it's terrifying, because it's like a symbol, it's like a sign that you failed. You're always going to fail, that's what the Dark Generator says. But there's the self-love saying, haha, I have a choice, and I'm going to love myself, and I'm going to continue to love myself. I'm going to meet every challenge with love. I'm going to meet myself, embrace myself with love, no matter how I feel, no matter what is going on. Even whilst the Dark Generator is attacking me, and it comes at you almost like a serial killer with knives and with weapons, and it spits at you. It is full of hate. The narcissists, the psychopaths, are full of hate. You see, because we are so powerful. We are light. We are infinite unconditional love and infinite creativity, and those are just words. If I could show you colors or images of it, I would, but I think you already know, because being soul travelers, you already see those colors that don't exist here. You already see that light, you already feel it within you, you already know. But you're also hurting so much because this realm invalidates you vindictively. You know, so you're still healing, but something has shifted, and I see it, I feel it, I sense it in an incredible way. I see the Dark Generator now, and I see what it is, and I have more love than ever before, whilst still going through stuff. But these layers, you know, will be the last of the really heavy duty layers. A point is coming where that there is more harmony, there's more balance, there is more. It's where we begin to manifest or create miraculousness, and it will, I don't know how it could possibly come about, but I'm thinking kind of like the Mandela effect or something, where one day there is a great big nasty housing estate, and the next thing you know, there's just this beautiful garden there, right? That is also part of the sacred work, yes, where we manifest reset. And some of you are already doing that, and it's an incredible thing when I hear such stories of reset, where something dark was made light, was made whole again, and where there was conflict, there was harmony. Things like that are amazing, and they're beautiful, and they're really, really good. So each to their own. But people, right now, yes, we're still finding a lot of dark attacks. There is a lot of that going on. We've just had a Chiron aspect as well, and that always brings up that whole kind of the I am, because Aries, Chiron's in Aries, so that's very much to do with your true self, and what gets in the way of you truly living and expressing your true self, which is, the dark generator. So it's like, aha, I see you now. It is just like in the Matrix, right, where the agents can download themselves into any of the Hylics and literally work through them. And you get that. That is definitely what's going on here. I've seen it in the comment sections. People getting attacked, nasty, underhanded comments, and just on social media, everywhere, on Facebook, appalling, But I tell you this, because when that happens, it does bring up our rage, because it's like, hasn't this happened to us our entire life? These underhanded, nasty, psychopathic attacks. It's all about, it hates us. It wants to steal our light. It wants to keep us trapped in the dark. But you see, here's the thing, people. It can never steal our light. Not really. If we say no to that, Our light has never diminished. It never has. It's always been there. All it was ever able to do was spin an illusion, a delusion, that we have no light. That's what the Chiron thing is all about, the Chiron in Aries. Oh, you have no light. You're nothing. You're worthless. You're shit. You're sinful. You're powerless. And we are just going to verbally abuse you. We're going to physically abuse you. We're going to energetically abuse you. That's what we're going to do. But you see, this whole thing is a lie. It's Maya, and it's an illusion. Neptune, you see. Our light was never stolen from us. What was stolen from us was our ability to see it, to know it, and to use it. Aha, you see? It's here. It never left. Our power, our light, our creativity, our imagination, all of it is right here. And as long as we continue to do the work, that will rise more and more. We will use it more and more, and we will begin to really do some miraculous things here. Harvest time, reaping the fruits of our labor, people. That's really what that is about. I know a lot of us, and myself included, have been feeling like we're never ever going to get anywhere. Like this is just going to go on and on and on. And it's like a carrot on a stick thing. And we're just being manipulated. But that is just not true. Because there is no way in hell that evil would want us to have this amount of clarity and perception. And this amount of real self-love, warts and all, right? Bringing ourselves home. This love, this love, this ability to just be with yourself and love yourself and feel and work through stuff. And it is more than just that. Because a lot of people think it's just about feeling. It isn't actually. It's also about thinking, but thinking in the right brain type of way, which is very intuitive. It's intuitive thinking coupled with feeling. That is what it is, if I had to really put it into words. That is there, and it facilitates. It's like a warm blanket all around your trauma self, saying it's all right, I love you just the way you are. I know that you're in a terrible, terrible state. As well you might be. You've been in this hellhole and you've had the dark generator telling you how disgusting you are your entire life. And you've had other people treat you like absolute shit. You've had other people feed off you your entire life. Even your own family. Incredible. But you've survived all of that. And now you are here in this sacred space, and I am with you, and we are doing the healing work. you're incredible, and you're going to start seeing that more and more and more and more, and you're going to start to be able to use that magnificent power and that light. And what will happen then will be so incredible as to be completely beyond words. But let's not think about that too much just yet. Let's just focus on doing the work. It's called the Dark Night of the Soul, and it's going to be really tough, but it's going to be fucking worth it, people, isn't it? We all do it in our own way. We all do it in our own way, and we use different words for it. So sometimes you can sit around with people, or you know, and have a conversation about it if you're lucky enough to know other soul travelers, or you can watch people talk about it online, and you use different words, and you think, well, you don't really get it, because I wouldn't use that word. But people do get it, but it's not something. The problem is that often enough it defies language, you know. So we may misunderstand, or misunderstandings rise a lot, and that again is the terrain for the dark generator, because there's fear there's doubt. We want other people to get it, because we feel less alone then, you see. That's the thing. I often feel that way. I get worried that, what if nobody gets it and I'm all alone? But I don't think it is that way. It's just I think that we have different ways of looking at it and different ways of putting it into words. I think so. We are not alone. But then again, perhaps it is in experiencing this extreme isolation and loneliness that we finally turn toward the only person that can really heal us and love us, and that is ourselves, isn't it? Because expecting other people to give us what we need to give ourselves, that isn't going to happen. And I think again, that is what self-love is all about. And that is what has been happening very much for many soul travelers throughout 2020, is that I love myself. I'm going to just love myself. Fuck it, I'm going to love myself now. Fuck it. Staunchly holding the line, loving yourself and loving yourself and loving yourself. And the more you do that, the less you believe the dark generator, because the problem here has always been that the trauma self has made us believe the dark generator and all its nefarious lies. So that then manifests as all these hostile attacks and abuses levied upon us, you know, in all the myriad of ways, you see. But the more we love ourselves, the more we see the dark generator and its dirty lies for what it is, and we believe it less and less and less. The more we not believe the dark generator anymore, the more powerful we realize we are. The more powerful we realize we are, the more we start to imagine what we might be able to do with that power. You see? That's sort of how I feel. That is what I'm feeling. And it's an interesting place we are at. Because on the one hand, there's all that shit still going on, right? And there's still triggers and keys and, oh, I'm aware of that. And I need to look at that. All of that is still going on. But when it comes up now, we say, but that's okay. I love you. We can work through this. Good. Wonderful. Rather than, oh God, I'm so shit. Yeah, the dark generator was right. I am so, and then giving up, which we used to do. And even then, when we used to do that, we somehow got through it and worked through it because we're here now having this conversation. Right? So one way or another, we've never lost, people. We were never lost. And the light always wins. And we are living proof of that fact. I really feel that. So when you feel under attack, and when you feel abused, and when you feel this sense of desperation and fear, or terrible grief and pain, then know that, you know, the light always wins. You are light. You are all. You are whole. The rest is just a delusion. It's just a lie. It's a dark generator. You know? More and more now, you will realize how amazing you are and how powerful you are. more and more now you will learn to use that to bring forth something incredible. We'll all do that in our own way. And I really feel, because I keep getting the number 5, and the number 5 is going into the unknown. It's also the number of the maverick, you know, doing that which has never been done before in living memory. And of course 2021 is a number 5. It will be the year where we will see wonderful things, where we will bring forth wonderful things, create wonderful things, where we will start to leave our mark on reality. It's completely malleable. It's like clay. We shape it beautifully. That is what I feel. That is what I see. So yes, we still feel the darkness impinging, and it's doing that more now because we're closer to really, wow, miraculousness, you see. So it knows that, and it's panicking, and that is all that is, people. Anyway, I'm going to go. This is my little video for today. All my love to all of you. Bear with it. You are doing a fantastic job. We all are. We all are. And don't worry about these narky, weird, fake persona, Doctor Who 70s set type of individuals, wherever they are. Keep focusing on forgiveness and letting go, because you know what? They are powerless. Why do you think they behave that way? You're powerful. Nobody can steal your power. Nobody can steal your light. They can't do it. You will get triggered by this type of behavior. You will get triggered by it, for sure. So you sit with it, you work through it, you release it, and you forgive, you let go. Not saying that it's okay, or that you accept it or tolerate it. That is not what forgiveness is. Perhaps I ought to use a different word for it. Maybe just say you're able to get to a place where you can let it go peacefully, because you finally understand that you're not a victim and that you're not powerless, and they may try and feed off of you because they feel so empty, but they can't, because you're not letting them, because nobody can steal your power and nobody can steal your light. And when you really, really continue to love yourself, that will be more true than ever before, people. All my love to you. Mwah.